Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Be Healthy and Thrive podcast. My name is Brianna Wilkerson. I'm a holistic health and life coach, as well as an essential oils advocate for doTERRA. And so that is what we're talking about today. Today's oil feature is on lavender essential oil. And lavender has got to be one of the most common essential oils out there. And it's used for so many great things that you might not actually even know. Most of us think about lavender to calm ourselves down, have a nice little Epsom salt bath, but lavender can be used for so much more than that, which is kind of what I want to go through today. So we're going to go through the different 7 pillars of essential oils education, kind of starting with the basics. So the basics of lavender is that it's been used and cherished for centuries for its unmistakable aroma and myriad of therapeutic benefits. In the ancient times, the Egyptians and Romans used lavender for mummification, bathing, relaxation, cooking, and even as a perfume. Its ability to calm and soothe the mind and body continue to be lavender's most notable qualities. It's actually also frequently used to soothe skin irritations. Did you know that? And to help skin recover quickly. And I'll talk about that in the testimony part. And so you can even also just to apply it to the area where you want your skin to kind of get a little better, as well as to the back of the neck and temples to help muscle tension. So it's very, very, very versatile. Now, why is it so versatile? And let's look about the science behind it, right? So the chemical constituents in lavender, the 2 main ones, I may not get these pronounced right. Give me a little grace here. So linalool and linalool acetate. So linalool belongs to the alcohol family, which is known to have therapeutic properties such as being calming to the tissues, cleansing, supporting healthy immunity, and restorative to the skin. It's also sedative, gentle, mild, and antimicrobial. Linalool acetate belongs to the esters chemical family and is also very calming, relaxing, and has antifungal, antispasmodic, and it's also balancing to the nervous system. A great resource that I use that doTERRA now offers to see their particular essential oil bottle, to see the actual testing and even the chemical constituents and the science behind each bottle. Crazy, right? Not each lavender, each bottle. You can go onto their Source to You website and actually enter the code number at the bottom of the oil and see. And so when I did that with my lavender, it found that linalool was 36.11% of that bottle, and linalool acetate was 30.03%. So of that one lavender bottle, those 2 chemical constituents made up over 60%, nearly 70%. And so their therapeutic benefits is kind of what we call it, really is something we need to look into. And so when we look at those therapeutic benefits and properties, the list can kind of go on and on. And if you look at the blog post, I think that has it there. It might have the description of each, but if not, you can go look them up. But it is sedative, astringent, nervine, relaxing, soothing, antispasmodic, antibacterial, regenerative, and cardiotonic. And so you could definitely look into what those mean. But basically, lavender really can help calm the skin, help fight off things such as any bacterial, microbial things, and can be really calming and relaxing. So where does lavender come from? Lavender mainly comes from Bulgaria for doTERRA now. It used to come from France, but they kind of now can source a big bulk of it. And the quality of lavender from Bulgaria is amazing because due to the Black Sea climate zone around Bulgaria, Bulgaria has a great climate to produce some of the world's best lavender. Its sunny and dry climate during harvest coupled with dry, well-drained sandy soils are ideal for this aromatic plant, making Eastern Bulgaria perfect. And how it's distilled, so essential oils are distilled in a couple different ways. Most of doTERRA's are steam distilled or cold pressed. And steam distilled is basically a process where the distillers use water to remove the essential oil from the plant material. Heat is applied to the water, which produces steam. The steam rises and moves through a chamber holding the plant material. As the stream forces its way through the plant material, it ruptures the small glands that hold the essential oils. And the essential oil is then moved into a condensing tube where the liquid condenses and accumulates in the still. After removal from the still, a mixture of essential oil and water will be present, and the essential oil will float to the surface. So the watery layer left over is called hydrosol, and so you can actually use that, and it's often sold as floral water. But the essential oil itself, which is the most concentrated part, is what is bottled. All right, so what about the safety then of this beautiful lavender? So lavender probably is one of the most safest oils out there. It's kind of great for all ages, even those who are pregnant and breastfeeding, and even dogs actually. Not cats, though. Cats actually don't have the liver um, enzyme in their liver to metabolize essential oils. So you just want to be careful with that. But dogs you can use. And it's known as an application, it's known as a neat oil, which just means it can go straight on the skin without a carrier oil. Carrier oil is something like olive oil or coconut oil or all of those that kind of dilute the oil and also allow more penetration. And so you can use it 3 different ways: aromatically, topically, and internally. I would recommend aromatically and topically the best for kind of adults. Children, their bodies are just developing, right? So I would actually, aromatically, topically, internally for adults. Of doTERRA's lavender, this may not be everyone else's lavender. And I would just mainly try to use aromatic topically for children. Dosage depends. There's no topical max, but you do want to not try to take more than 25 to 30 essential oil drops in general internally a day, because it does go through your system, right? Shelf life, it depends. doTERRA's essential oils, you can look at the back and look at the shelf of life of the bottle. It's roughly 4 to 5 years, depending on when you bought it. And as always, I say another safety precaution is just to be sure to keep out of the reach of children, because children are just like, they're just the most curious people in the world, and it's amazing, but they'll just easily grab something, right? So you just want to be careful with that. So what are some of the uses to kind of go a little bit more down? Definitely go to the blog post to kind of look at more of how specifically you can use essential oils for these, or lavender for these particular things, but you can use it for sleep issues. You can use it for stress, anxiety, and teeth grinding. You can use it for sunburns, burns, and scars, allergies and hay fever, colic and upset baby, cuts, wounds, and blisters, bug bites and hives, nosebleed and pink eye, high blood pressure, migraine, headaches, and emotional balance, right? So there's so many uses of this beautiful essential oil. And I'll kind of share a little bit about testimony with it in a little bit, but it also blends well. So you can often blend even the single oils together when you diffuse it or use it. Blends well with clary sage, frankincense, manuka, tangerine, and wild orange. And it's found in some of doTERRA's specific blends, such as Past Tense, which is the tension blend, Serenity, which is the restful blend, Clary Calm, which is the women's monthly blend, Immortelle, which is the anti-aging blend, and Aroma Touch, which is the massage blend. And it's amazing. So a little bit about the emotions. It's kind of known as the oil of communication. Let me read a little bit to you. But it aids in verbal expression. It calms insecurities that are felt when one risks their true thoughts and feelings. Lavender addresses a deep fear of being seen and heard. Individuals in need of lavender hide within, blocking out all forms of true expression. While they may even be going through the motions of outward expression, they're actually holding back their innermost feelings and thoughts. So lavender supports individuals in releasing the tension of the constricting that stems from the fear of truly expressing oneself. It encourages emotional honesty and insists that one speak their innermost thoughts and desires. And so lavender is great to just help people open up to what's really going on inside of them. Because of its calming effect, even scientifically, it calms the inner critic, it calms the fear inside. So let me just even share a little bit of testimony as we wrap up. So lavender essential oil. Well, one of the biggest testimonies I think I've had, and I've heard a lot of friends who are chefs had, is its ability to help with just its restorative properties around the skin, in particular burns. Had a couple different friends who, got burns because they're chefs, and showed me where the burn was supposed to be. And I didn't see much. So that just shows you the power of lavender. And even myself, as cooking a little bit, I've just applied lavender. Or even if I got a little bit of sunburn, I will actually, a little tip is I actually use coconut oil, lavender, melaleuca, and frankincense on my skin daily. My husband kind of came up with that recipe to actually help with some of his scars on his feet. But I actually use that as a little bit of a sunscreen now, and in general as my lotion on my skin daily. And so lavender is really great for that. It's great for allergies, as it mentioned. Lavender, lemon, and peppermint is kind of known as the allergy balm. Really can help in many ways calm the overactive glands, kind of dry up that the mucus and stuff that comes from it. So tons and tons of different ways to use lavender. I've used it in soap, in sprays, and so forth, right? So there's so many ways, and I've seen a lot of people tell me amazing stories through using it. All right, so that's it from me. Thanks for listening to my little oil feature on lavender. Be sure to sign up for the Essential Oils 101 webinar series if you kind of just want to get a basic understanding, if you want to have a chat to see which essential oils best meet your goals and needs, or if you want to get started. We'd love to talk to you more about that. I really am about my team, those who choose to sign up on my team, regardless if they want to use, share, or whatever. Everyone has a different story, and I really want everyone above all else to be using them. It makes no point for anyone to have anything essential oil related if they're not using it, right? So that's even why I'm doing this, is to make sure I use them more as well. So thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned to other oil features and stay tuned to the other episodes. Thanks so much. Bye.